A beauty in it. Yep,
That's,
it really
it
is.
really is. It's a lovely bottle. It's one of the. It's not one that I'll probably fling it at the end of it when it's finished. I'll probably keep it and do something with it. Tonight we're doing the Royal Brackla 14.
Yes,
First fill in a muscat wine cask, and it's at
superb.
55.2 ABV. For
Fantastic.
me, this is an absolute belter of a dram. I love this.
Excellent. We're doing this one first then.
We're doing this one first. Yes, we're going to do this one first. Only because, um, well, there's not an only because to be fair. Only because we didn't know what Gordon's is. Uh,
Well,
I'm hazarding a guess. I mean, I've poured mine earlier. I've let it breathe. So
uh-huh.
this for me is a first fill bourbon cask. This is a bourbon cask. We'll
Yeah.
come back to that.
It's much more paler
So
anyway.
yes, I'm just
Mhm.
hoping that this. The last time we did these, Clark. Remember we did two right sherry bombs. We had the teapot dram, and I can't remember what the other one was we did that
Aye.
night. Let me go back my book. It's only a couple of pages back, so let me go back and find out what we did, because it was one of those ones that we did it, and it was like I was disappointed because I thought the teapot dram was going to steal the show that night, and it didn't.
I remember that. I remember that, aye.
Oh, it wasn't. It was Gordon's Old Jamaica. Remember, we did the teapot dram and we did Gordon's Old Jamaica, which was a
Same,
mystical
aye.
dram,
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
it was a cracker as well. There were two sherry bombs, and that really kind of blew it for us. But here we are tonight. This one is a Royal Bright. Look at the colour of it, Clark. It's
It's
almost
beautiful.
black,
Beautiful. What did you say the cast
almost.
type was?
Muscat wine cask.
It's a mustard. Oh, I don't know, right?
It's just, it's almost syrupy as you know, as it rolls round the glass. Almost syrupy.
What
It's
a lovely
just a
colour, eh? Look at that.
really deep,
I
deep,
like it.
it's almost
Absolutely like it.
mahogany in colour.
It is, isn't it? Brilliant.
And when you look at it,
Love
particularly
that.
because I've got and although I'm in front of the screen, to the left of my screen, sorry, to my right, your left as we look at the screen for me, there's a white area that I can actually put my glass against, so it's picking up that white colour at the back, and it's really highlighting the colour to me. It's beautiful. And then
Mm-hmm.
once the legs start to appear, I mean that they're thick and syrupy. It's coating
Yeah,
the
yeah.
glass. It's just you can
Right.
see it crystallising on the glass, Clark. So
You can.
let's have a wee first nose of this then. And I would be careful with this because I think you might find it could take the hairs off the nose if you get too big a right up the schnauzer when you get into it.
Right, come on then.
But
Oh, that's nice. Like that.
first thing it hits me is just apricots. It's just a big nose of apricots.
For God's
Oh, I love that. All apricots, and then that dried fruit hits
sake.
you. All that kind of sultanas and raisins and figs and dates and oh, it's a beauty.
That's right. It's just the kind of whiskey I like.
I know. And
Uh,
that's it's lovely.
yeah,
It's almost
yeah.
got a port-like finish because of that muscat wine.
Yeah, there is a rich sort of winey nose to it.
And then there's that wee hint of woodiness in there as well at the it's just a big sherry
That's
bomb.
lovely.
It's
That
just
is really nice. Really nice.
anyway. And again, I think this is one that could take your breath away as well as you take a wee sippy edition. You ready?
Way to look.
Slange, young man.
Cheers. Oh boy. That's a cracker. That's a cracker of a dram. Oh. Oh, well, that's definitely the kind of dram I like. Oh, that's a beauty. Oh,
Give
it's
me that. Honestly, that would bring
oh,
a
these
tear to the
lovely
last eye of joy
rich.
on that.
Oh, these lovely rich fruity. Oh, it's brilliant. I love that. Ha.
It's also got that dark chocolate touch. There's a bit of bitterness there. Like it starts off sweet, but as it goes over the palate, it then leaves that dark, bitter chocolate.
When you're
Kind of
finished,
black
aye,
currant kind of thing into it.
yeah, that's the fair thing. Aye,
Remember these
absolutely.
black currant, white, the black currant gums you used to get? Fruit pastels, fruit gums. No, not the fruit pastels, the fruit gums. It's like one of them. Oh,
Aye.
Mark.
Slowly have another sip. It's lovely.
I know. This is one of my drams of the year again, Clappers.
Oh, it must be. That's an absolute cracker.
We might need to do a top 10 rather than a top 3 this year because it's got, I just don't know how I'm going to separate drams.
The only thing I've got to go with is what I've got written. You
Oh,
know, so
that's the same. I've got exactly the same. It's whether we can remember them when we get to that stage.
I feel it'd be so much
This
better if
one
I
will.
could just pick my top five and then get them sitting in front of me and have a wee taste of them again.
And re-go them again. We're not going to manage it with this one because there's nothing left for us to really go at this with this one. So, and I can't get another bottle of this. I was very lucky to get this bottle.
Uh,
So, man,
it's a cracker. Absolutely love it.
and the finish is so long. And there's that
Um,
hint of cloves here. It leaves that numbness in your mouth. You feel like that could last for days. You didn't want to brush your teeth or anything before you got to your bed at night. You just want to leave that sitting.
Stick my toothbrush in there.
The top of my gums are really.
It's still because I feel it there on the bottom of the sides. It's just like I've been to. Well, in fact, I haven't been to the dentist today, but it just it certainly didn't put in this my mouth. That's for sure.
I would go to the dentist every day if that's what they use to numb your teeth. What would you like to do, Mr. Sharp? I think I'll have a Royal Brackla. Can I get some of that rather than that jab stuff that you give me? One of them will be fine. A couple of them and I'll sit back in the chair quite easily. You don't need to use anything at all. Just give me the drams. Okay, fine. You can draw away. I'm okay.
I'm fine. I'm better. I'm away home. No, that's nice. I like that.
It is. You like that one, Clap, do you?
I absolutely love that. But it's got. See, when you put it in your mouth at first, you just hold it there. You get that intense, rich fruit right in the front of your mouth, and you're right, black currants. Definitely currants. It's lovely. Oh yeah, I could just settle down for drinking this. It is, bro.
It's that. I love the finish as well. It's so long. It leaves that lovely ginger spiciness in your mouth.
Yeah.
Without any burn. There's no burn at all in your throat or down your chest or anything. Everything's in your
lovely.
mouth. It's all held in the mouth. It's just.
Well, it's an absolute cracker. It really is.
Truly, truly scrumptious, that one. It's taken us a wee while to get to this because we've been waiting to do this for a while. And I'm glad
Well, It was worth the wait. That's what I'll say. That is an absolute classic. I love that. Mm-hmm.
We've had Royal Bracklas before, and to be fair, I think it was a 21-year-old we had the last time. It was one of the lads. I swapped this with Alan, one of the Dram brothers. Fideni had come in and did a tour at Rosebank, and I had taken this down because I knew he was coming in for a tour, and he said, "I'll do a swap
Mm-hmm.
with you," and he gave us a Royal Brackla to try, and I gave him a dram of this to try, and we did that Royal Brackla a few weeks back,
Mm-hmm.
a couple of months back actually, maybe in the September, and I loved it back then, and so I've been waiting to have a go at this one with you, and
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Beautiful.
and I didn't want to add any water to this. I mean, I know I normally would add water to it just for the purposes of doing this the tasting here online, but not tonight. I don't. I normally do it for that reason, so I can say to people, like, add a wee bit of water, it does this, it does that. But I love this just as it is. I don't know whether I should have got a wee drop left here. I don't know if I should just add one wee drip. Go on then.
Go on then. Tell me what happens. I'll wait to see what happens to yours before I put any in mine.
I've literally put one drop. I mean, just stick your finger in and drop a drip in. It lightens the nose a wee bit. I didn't want to put too much water in. I didn't want to waste it. It's too good. Makes it more subtle on the tongue, Clark. It's taking that wee bit of heat and spice away. Then you add water to it.
No.
I like it.
You see, as soon as you said that, I thought I'm the one this time. No.
It's lost the first texture I had on my mouth when we had it to start with was thick and rich, and it gripped my tongue and filled my mouth.
That's right.
Well, a wee tiny, and I mean a tiny drip of water. I mean, I'll show you how much I put in, Clark, if I can see this on the screen. I don't know if you can see that on the screen. It literally was a drip on the end. You know, a drip.
Aye.
Like that. A teardrop's worth. And it's lost that fullness that I had. It doesn't coat my mouth the same way. It just, the first one was like it was grabbing my tongue, and
that's exactly what it does. It just grabs you.
It just grabs it and hangs onto
Just
your
get
tongue as if to say,
aye. If you remember Rod Hull and Emu when on the Parky show, when he gets right with it. That's what this is like.
That tiny wee drop of water loosens it up a bit. It does loosen it up, makes it a wee bit lighter in its feel in my mouth. I've still got that gingerness, but I've lost all that deep, rich black currant flavour that I had.
No. What a waste.
And the finish is a wee bit shorter on it. So I didn't add anything to it.
No.
Just take it straight, cash strength like that. That's bro.
I'll try hard and resist the temptation. that is genuinely a bra half.
I'll be honest as well, it's become more citrusy, Clark, on the nose. It's became a wee bit more like nectarines and there's something else here. It's got that wee bit kind of pomegranate, nistate, figs. I've lost that black currant notes a lot more. It's a lot more citrusy. It wouldn't you change my score on it on the nose, add the water. I would maybe change my palate a wee bit just because it's no. I love the way that when I took the mouthful and I held it in my mouth, I just felt like it was wrestling with my tongue. You know, it was my tongue was trying to grab everything that was going with it. Try and hold it for 14 seconds.
14 seconds. Oof. Okay, let's try it then.
When you draw in a wee bit of breath, once you swallow it, it really fires up the back of it. It really fires it up. Oh, that's a belter. That's a belter.
It's an absolute belter. Love it, love it. Yep.
Cleanse my palate for the next one.
Right. You need to tell me how you've scored that, just out of interest.
It's high.
Expect as much. Come on then.
I've scored it a 97.
A 97.
And I could go up to 98 in it. I gave it an overall impression of a 24. I actually think it should be. I think, and I'm swithering on whether it should be a 25.
Aye, I know what you're saying.
I think the nose I gave it as a 24. The palate I gave it as a 25. I gave the finish a 24. And I've given the overall impression as a 24. And I'm wondering whether I should have given that overall impression as a 25 and make it a 98 because it
is a crack.
97 and a half.
I don't know. Well,
we didn't give half points in it, but that's a stotter clap.
Right, well, I give it a 96, which, as you say, I could have scored it higher than that, I suppose, you know, but I don't know.
No, that's the thing. I said, that's what it is. It's what we've scored it. But
that's probably
other folk might taste that clap and go, "That's no for me."
You know? Aye, absolutely.
I mean, there is. I mean, there's loads of folk who prefer maybe a smoky dram or a bourbon cask or whatever. That might be too spicy for some people. Adding that wee bit of water that did like it did for me to bring it down. Yeah, that might suit them as well, you know. So there's all of that going on within it. It's individual to each person and the way they like to drink it.
That's about as close to an ideal dram as I'm going to get, I think. That's I love that. Yeah, that's everything that I like in a dram.
I need to see if I can find another one of them. I'll talk to the chap that got me the bottle. I got to taste it. He gave me a dram of this not long after I started Rosebank. I got to know one of the lads that's a distillery ambassador like myself. And he said, "I've got a dram for you, try this." Well, oh boy. And I said to him, "If you can ever get me a bottle of that," because I tried to buy a bottle and couldn't get it anywhere, it was sold out. And he came in one day and he said to me, says, "I've got a present for you." and he gave
you hope it was a tie.
So he said, "I've got a present for you. I've got a wee gift," and he gave me a bottle. And he said, "Just put money to charity."
Oh,
that's what I did. So that's what I did. And it's been and I've drunk very little of this. I've shared this with as many people as I can. I've had a couple of drams out of it myself. One of them being tonight. You've had a dram. I gave Gordon's had a dram. Cliff, I gave a dram to him to try. I've just been given because it was a case of you need to try this because we're not going to be able to buy another bottle of this anywhere. So folk need to try it. And as I said, I gave Alan a dram for him to have a go at it as well. So I've just wanted to let folk share the experience of this because I think it's a marvellous dram.
Absolutely, it is that.
So anyway, That's that
Anyway,
one. I'm just reaching to
yeah,
get Gordon's one over to bring it beside me so it's closer.
well, that's it. After the delights of that one, we should maybe try and move on to the delights of this one.
We will. Now, I have not a clue. Again, we've got
No.
says brother-in-law of mine. Dram
Ha
Exhibit A. Exhibit A.
But
Very light,
it's
almost.
it's a different fish altogether. This one, it's nothing like the last one.
It's very, very pale.
Completely different, and there's not much going on the sides of my glass.
Not to start with.
No.
It looks like it's working on it.
It does.
I think this is quite. I think this is maybe older than I
Oh,
thought, Clark. Just watching the legs appear. It's taking
that's
ages
it.
for the legs to appear on that.
It's right. It's like there's a wee.
Simple.
Looks like there's a wee
I
lumps
wish it
of
was as simple as you
sugar
count to
sitting to the
10.
side of it.
You can,
There it goes.
you know,
Aye.
because
Aye.
once you get to about 15, 20 seconds, all of a sudden,
Aye.
all these legs appear and start to run.
That's
I
right.
wish you could age it. I wish you could age it with that. That'd be a nice, easy way to age in a dram. Is count how many seconds it takes for the legs to appear.
Like the rings on a tree. That's right. Aye.
so it would make things a lot more simpler. But I don't know what it is. As I said, I've got an envelope here. What I do know, or what I think I know, is having nosed it when I put it in the glass to start with. It's been sitting for about 20 minutes now and had time to breathe. It's definitely a bourbon cask.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not a lot of smell there. A fair bit of vanilla.
And pear drops. Vanilla and pear drops I get, Clark.
Just as expected, vanilla and pear drops, that's right.
A wee bit of citrus just at the very back of that. Now, I don't know if this is cask strength or no. I've never got a clue, Clark. There's a sweetness to it as well.
There is, aye. Aye. Oh, aye. See, as soon as you said there's a sweetness to it.
You're getting that custardy, that vanilla custardy.
Yes, absolutely.
Pears. I don't know if it's just in my head here, but it's like pears and melon. Pears and melon. It's as if there's a bit. You know, you get that kind of cucumber. It's cucumbery kind of. You know what I mean? When you slice a cucumber, you've got sliced cucumber in your salad. Even a wee bit. Maybe even a wee bit of apple here, Clark.
A wee bit of what?
Apple. It's like apple crumble. That's what I'm getting. Pears and apple crumble.
Yeah. Yeah. With custard.
Yeah. Right. Oh, it's lovely.
It's a very pleasant smell.
There is even a wee hint of leatheriness.
I was going to say polishiness, but I know what you mean. I was going to say
something like that. It's like it reminds me of like an old leather wallet. That's now that I've got that in my head, that's all I'm getting.
So all you're getting is an old leather wallet. Is there any money in that wallet?
Well, not if it's been in my house, because Jennifer makes sure there's nothing left till it's in my wallet. I hope she doesn't watch. I hope her wife's never watched these back. Maybe
I know.
Once we're dead and gone. Well, we might be dead and gone after they've watched it enough, but Once we're dead and gone, they might look back. They might look back and go, "Is that what he was saying about us when we were on there?" I'm going to take this Royal Brackla off the banner because we're not on Royal Brackla.
Not, but you don't know what to put on it.
I didn't. I could just put on there. I'll just take the ticker off, and I'll put that one on.
Right, come on, we need to get a taste of this now. This is good.
Go on then. Let's taste it.
I am enjoying the smell of this, but I'd rather have a wee taste. Cheers.
Slange. Mm. Oh wow, Clark. Oh man.
That's a nice dram.
It is a nice dram. My mouth's on fire.
That is a lovely dram. It's nothing like the last one at all.
I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
No, that's a lovely dram. That's really, really nice, right?
Oh. I have no Scooby what that is, but that is absolutely that's as good as we've just had.
That's lovely. That's more like the fresh fruits rather than the dried fruits.
I know. That's really my mouth is full of pear drops.
Absolutely. Strawberries. I've got strawberries in the finish. I love that.
It's got that. It's all these kind of. It's the light fruits you would expect to get with a white wine.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It's got melon in there. There's definitely that. Yeah. There's a melon on my tongue.
Yeah.
Melon and pears and.
It's a fresh fruit salad. It's lovely.
It is. It's really fresh. Oh man.
It is. It's a lovely fresh fruit salad.
Now, Gordon isn't on. Normally he's on and he's joined us and he's usually adding comments in and killing himself laughing. When he picks up on this one, he will. He's excelled himself. And I would have to say, I think this is a cask strength only because of the depth of flavour that we've got, but also that heat that's sitting within that. This isn't a young whiskey. Definitely not a young whiskey. I thought it might be when I first saw the colour of it.
Mm-hmm.
This has got no added flavours or anything. There's no gimmickry with this one.
No. It's a lovely dram. It really is.
I'm hoping this is a Scottish Malt Whisky Society in that he's got for somewhere.
That is just super. It really is. Aye.
Oh, aye.
It's just a lovely fresh fruit salad. I love that.
My mouth is just full of all those beautiful, winey flavours that you would get if you were having one of these kind of lovely dry white wines like a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that. It's got all that. You feel like you want to chill that and put it in the fridge, and you could drink it like a you could drink it like a lovely wine. I'm blown away with that, Clark. I really am blown away with that.
Yes, it's lovely. I really like that as well. But that's two crackers we've had tonight. Absolute crackers.
I'm going to go back and score my nose in this. Now that I've had a wee drink it.
It's a beautiful dram.
Well, I'll text him after we're finished tonight because I need to text him and say, "Oh, Gordon, what a belter!"
Yeah.
It's even got a strange finish. It's like clotted cream. You don't know what's that like because you can't have clotted cream.
I can remember back to the days when I could.
But remember that you mentioned the strawberryness there is to it.
That's right. Aye.
It's got that hint of like a clotted cream that you would have with, you know, if you were having a scone with jam and scone with jam and cream. It's mental. That's I really am blown away with this. I really am.
Yes, it's a lovely jam. It really is.
Hope he's got more of this.
It's always got more to give to you.
The next time I'm over visiting, I'm going to be saying, "Have you got any of that?" Well, once we find out what's in this envelope, I'll be saying, "Have you got any of that left?"
That left.
We'll drink it all. Oh, just.
Oh, it's lovely. It's a lovely jam. Gordon has done so well. See these mystery jams he's been giving us. There's not been one of them amongst them that's not been a cracker. Not a single one.
No, I think what we'll do, right? Because we're going to do our 3 drams for the year. But I think what we'll do is we'll also rate Gordon's mystery drams. And we'll do a wee special feature on the best mystery drams. So we'll look at Gordon's. So who's gave us mystery drams this year? So Gordon's gave us mystery drams. Cliff has given us mystery drams.
That's right.
So we need to go back and go through the mystery drams that we've had for Cliff and Gordon. We also have got the Royal Brackla that Alan gave us. So any mystery drams that we've done, we'll go back through them and we'll rate our top mystery drams of 2024.
Uh-huh.
I haven't said that though. There's a good chance that one of the mystery drams could be in my top 3.
There's a very good chance of it. Or 2 of them maybe.
It's just, that's a beauty.
It is. So, it's a stoker. It really is.
So I think that's I'm going to hazard a guess here, Clark. Not at what it is, but definitely first fill bourbon cask, just with the colour of it that's in there. The fact that it's got that light caramel, it's obviously coming from a virgin oak cask that's been filled with bourbon before.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you if it's a Highland, a Lowland, or a Speyside, or wherever that's come from. I'm not even going to hazard a guess at that.
I'd be surprised if it was an island.
Well, yes, there's no smokiness in this at all. But then again, I know. But we could. We would never ever come on here in a way that we were looking at saying, right, this is what it is. This is where we are.
I'm not that clever. I'm not that clever.
No, neither am I. We never came. That was the thing when we started the tasting bothy all these years back. It was about the 2 years just having a dram together, and then your daft brother saying to us, "You two should do this and put it on the YouTube channel," and that's how it started. And it was just about 2 laddies who really between the ears when it comes to whiskey, there's no much there. We just
didn't know much about it at all. Just know what we like.
And there's no science involved. Just give us it and let us taste it. We'll tell you what you think, and then you can go and try it for yourself. And you know, and if you like it and we didn't, that's all right.
Aye.
You know, and if we like it and you didn't, that's okay. I know it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Just about it.
There's a whiskey for everybody. We all enjoy a dram in a different way, whether you want to add water, then you add water. I think this is cask strength, and I'm going to do it just because I've got a wee drop left. And again, I hope you can see that. I'm always quite glad
for you to do the experimenting.
But when you see what I'm dropping into this, Clark, I really am just putting a drip. I mean a drip. So
But there's not much left in your glass, so it drips a lot.
it's got a wee bit
What is
cloudier,
it?
Clark, since I put that
Oh,
out. Become more citrusy on the nose. A lot more vanilla. A lot more citrus, a lot more vanilla. Oh, it's lovely like that. That's actually quite nice.
is it?
Mm.
Okay, right. Let's try on it. I've got a wee drop left in the bottle, so I'll put a wee bit more in the glass. You'd be surprised if any left a wee drop in the
I
bottle.
never knew you were saving some for later.
It's
Some more
not,
vanilla.
it's not so much saving some for later, it's just, okay, okay, it is right,
It's a
okay,
tiny,
I can't deny it.
it's just a, it's a tiny, it is just a tiny, honestly, it was 2 drips. It wasn't even a,
Mm.
it does, it
Right,
lightens
then
it
you
up.
got
It's
a couple
lovely.
of,
It's nice on the nose. The nose was lovely, but the nose has become more vanilla,
oh,
more pears. That's quite nice. That's lifted it a wee bit on the nose. I like that. That's that. That way, I would score my nose a wee bit higher than I scored my nose on the first time.
I agree with you, aye.
It's a wee bit lighter on the tongue. There's a wee bit more heat coming off it this time. Got a wee bit more kind of cinnamony, gingery notes to it.
Mm-hmm. It's still, you're right, it is still nice like that, aye.
Right. You think if somebody who you were introducing to a cask strength kind of dram, by adding that wee touch of water to it, that would just loosen it for them, and they would enjoy that. I think
Yeah,
previously, if they'd had it
yeah.
without they'd taken it at cask strength, it would maybe been a wee bit kind of warm on their tongue and maybe a wee bit burny in their
Intense,
throat. Whereas
intense,
adding
aye.
that wee bit water has taken that back a wee bit. So somebody who's going to drink this, we'll find out in a second what it is, because I'm going to open this envelope.
Aye.
Pardon me.
It's nice.
Right, Clark. You
Come
ready?
on then, look. Put us out of misery. Come on, tell us what it is. Got my book ready.
Do you know, I've not opened it yet. If it's if it's one of these Scottish malt whiskey, so it is when I get it out. It is. It's one of the.
All right. So it's got a daft name, is it?
Upside down. Yes, it's called Soul Warming.
Soul Warming. Of course it
Soul
is.
Warming. SOUL Warming. Which it is. It is quite
Yeah.
warming to the soul. And
Yes.
it is cask number 19. So let me go onto my wee app on my phone, on that thing I've got. Right. Google, Chrome, 19. Enter. Oh, it's a Highland malt.
Okay.
And this is quite funny, actually. I had a chap on one of my tours yesterday. No, tell a lie, Saturday. And he
Okay.
mentioned this distillery to me. And he mentioned the fact that they had actually taken the chimney down. They took the, because I was telling this story, obviously, of Rosebank and the fact that the locals wanted the chimney to stay up because it was a local landmark. He had mentioned how this distillery had lost its chimney.
All right.
And the distillery is Glengarioch.
Ah. Okay.
Which is in Old Meldrum. It's the other side of Aberdeen. It's up in Aberdeenshire. So he was telling me all about that.
Interesting.
it's actually. He said to me yesterday or Saturday. Sorry, keep thinking this is Sunday because we normally do this on a Sunday.
That's right.
He said to me that Glengarioch was or Geary. I think we call it Garioch, but they call it Glengarry.
Kiwi.
That's a kind of Doric, fit like
Mhm.
Glengarry. So it's Glengarry. That's what it's called. I remember them saying that. And the other thing was it's the most easterly distillery in Scotland,
There you go.
which
Didn't
I
know
thought
that.
was quite funny because I would have thought that Glenkinchie just stuck further out than
I see what you say there.
you know what I mean? Because it's an East Lothian. And you
Yes.
think that would be, but the way that goes in and out, and then Aberdeenshire goes out to the right, so it's the most
Yes.
easterly.
Right. There you go.
And what's quite interesting is now that I've actually tasted this and I now know what it is, something else that he mentioned about Glengarry was the saltiness of the dram and the finish in my mouth at the moment, which
Well,
I
that's a
didn't pick
good.
up.
There you go. There you go. As soon as you say salty, I thought, oh, why? So it is.
Now that's without a word of a lie. This guy was on my tour on Saturday, and he was absolutely fabulous. He was there with his. They had come down from Aberdeenshire to visit their children who now live in the Falkirk area, and he told me all that. And it's funny that all this is just all flooded back to me when I read, the 19 and it's Glengarioch or Garioch as I would call it, Geary as he would call it. Yeah, and the thing he said to me was, it's got a lovely saltiness to it. And
There you go.
the finish has got that. I don't even know if I should score it higher now. I've scored it as I scored it without knowing what it was. This is a 20-year-old Clark. Did I
Is
say that?
it?
No.
No, you
It's
did
20
not.
years old. It's at 55.7% ABV. So just slightly higher than what we had on the last one.
Yes.
It's a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. Obviously, it's a Highland malt. Any wee notes that it says here. Exclusive, elegant, gentle, and chilled were just a few of the initial comments nosing it neat. The aromas of walnut, pears, lemons, and vanilla, as well as vintage leather cigarette case, emerged in a relaxed way. Well, we're quite relaxed, the pair of us, I suppose.
Yeah, well, I'm quite relaxed about the whole thing.
Dreamy, delicious, dreamy, and indulgent on the palate. Can I disagree with that? Fresh and juicy ripe pears came served with vanilla cream and a dash of lemon zest, alongside butternut squash, apple, and cinnamon vanilla soup. Cinnamon vanilla soup. That's no easy to say after a couple of drams.
It sounds like it. You'd see me trouble with that.
Simply, they said it's simply soul warming, hence its name. Following a drop of water, if you wish. There was toasted oak, tobacco-infused clotted cream, and a sprinkle of porcini mushroom powder. I didn't get that earthiness that he's talking about. The fruity taste got even more accentuated in the form of melons, nectarines, and kiwi fruits. That's what it says.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, I would just say it's a very good dram.
It's a lovely dram, really is.
That was a beautiful dram. It's a shame that Gordon hasn't managed to jump on me tonight. I did say we were starting at 7:30, and because a wee bit later than starting, he's maybe thought, maybe they didn't manage on. I'll probably get a text from him telling me. I jumped on and you weren't there. So that's the Geary, the Glengarry, as they call it, fit like up in Aberdeenshire. I've scored it 96, Clark.
Well, aye. So you're edging ahead of me again. I put it down as a 94, but I could have easily have been a 95 or a 96. I could have done. Nah. I don't know
Like
why.
you said,
Why?
it's all
But
subjective
I
at the end of the day. We go with what we like. We didn't know what we were. Nobody knew what we were drinking. We've got a dram. So I'm going to check and make sure he's got Mary that at home.
It's bro. It's a lovely dram. No two ways about it. That's a lovely dram. Yeah.
Aye, it is. It is. It's a cracker. That's a cracker. So, to Bob Rocket, well done
Well
again.
done. Well done
Another
again.
mystery dram. Another one in the 90s, because I don't think he's had one that hasn't been in the 90s,
No.
Clark.
Yeah, it's not.
So,
They've all
and I
been
suppose
crackers.
then that means we should kind of doff our cap and tip a nod to the Scotch Malt Whisky Society
Aye, well,
for the drams
by
that they
default,
are producing. You know, as an indie bottler,
Mhm.
choosing drams and bottling them and putting them out there. All right, with daft names sometimes, but hey, well, I suppose we've got to give them credit for what they're actually doing
Aye,
and what they're
I would say
producing.
sure. Mhm.
So I know their bottles can sometimes be that wee bit more expensive, but then again, they are quite exclusive, and we've scored every one of them quite high up.
Very
So,
high. Very high.
so,
That's right. Aye.
so you, not that we would set the price of a bottle, Clark. I mean, I'm not for suggesting that for a minute that we've got any sway on what a price is. Because if I had any sway on what a price of a dram should cost, I would be bringing it down the way.
It'd be bring it to as well, so I could buy one. That's
I
right.
wouldn't be making it more expensive for myself. Definitely not. That's I
Ah,
wouldn't be suggesting. Oh, you need to put the price up. You need to put it. Oh, that's you can't sell it. That's no. I'd be going the opposite way. Pal. So anyway, that's us for another evening in the tasting
aye,
booth.
aye.
As I said, I'll be
Couple of
confused for
couple
the
of
rest of the week
cracking
now
drums.
because I think this is Sunday.
This is Monday. I know you know the way you are.
I know. For the rest of the week now, I'll be running a day late. I'll be thinking to myself, how have I not got? I must be at the end of the week now. Surely, what's happened?
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
So off to watch the Grand Wains tomorrow, is it?
aye. Aye, we're going to see Santa Claus tomorrow
All right. Whereabout?
in Stirling. We
Stirling.
went.
Right.
Funny enough, we went to see Santa Claus last week on a Tuesday. So I'm hoping they didn't catch on here that this guy doesn't look quite the same as the last one.
At least this year, normally Ari is absolutely terrified of Santa, and he hides behind
Well, that's it.
Jennifer or Stephanie or myself.
Aye,
Whereas now he's got the gist of this. This big chap
aye.
with a white beard and the hat and the uniform and everything on, he brings me presents. I really should get to ken him. Right. So,
I tell you what, we fall out with him if he's bringing me nice things.
no,
That's right.
no. I mean, and I said to Ari this afternoon, I said to him, I says, "You're going to see Santa?" I said, "Yes, Grandpa." I says, "Good." I says, "Here's a note for Grandpa. Give that to Santa for me." So, he says, "Yes, I'll give that to Santa." I says, "Just
What
make
does
sure he
it,
gets
what does
it."
it say? What does it
Oh,
say?
that's a
Well,
secret. It's a
dear,
secret.
dear Santa, a bottle of Royal Brackla would be good.
Now.
I'm not usually good at guessing, but there you go, huh?
I know. You need to shake the present and guess what that is. So, so I gave it to him today, and I said, "Can you give that?" It's great that he can't read. No, yet. A couple of years' time, we'll be looking at it going, "No, Grandpa, I'm not getting him that." Once he can read it, I've just written on it, and I've just written on it to Santa. Stuck a wee bit of paper on it, so it doesn't open. Email it to him for me. So,
Very good one. Very good.
so that's the joys of Christmas with children, you know.
Right.
Just having that joy and that fun. It was the way he
Right.
took it off me. It was the way he took it, and the look in his eyes all up. I'll give it to him, Grandpa. Don't you? I'll make sure he gets it. Good man. Good man. Grandpa loves you. So brilliant.
I
So
agree.
anyway, that's us for another evening, Clark. We'll have another one next week. Anything you fancy? Is there anything that sits there that you're sitting and you're saying, right? Because we're going to have Dram B next week, so
Yes.
that will be two Bob Rockets next Dram.
Yes.
And that'll be one before Christmas. That's the That's the Sunday before Christmas. That's the last Sunday of Advent, the fourth Sunday of the month before Christmas. So, is there one that you fancy doing before Christmas? What have you got that's on your shelf there?
I've got quite a number of quite exciting looking things there, to be honest with you.
I'll take a note of it now so that I can remember to post it. We'll do it on Sunday.
Oh, you've gone. You disappeared there for a minute. It must have been me. No, I'm not going to do that yet. Well, we'll think about it and we'll come up with it next week.
All right. Okay. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Whatever it is that you want to do. Because we've got some of yours and we've got some of it. We've got maybe about 9 drams to get.
We've got that anyway. We've got that anyway. It might be more than that.
Now, the question I need to ask is, do we want to finish all the drams before the end of 2025?
No way we're going to finish all these drams before the end of 2024. Before the end of 2025, perhaps, but not 2024.
I just wondered if we were going to carry them over and we start 2025 with some of them. Or because we've had them in 2024, do we need to finish the year with all the drams of 2024?
We need to be doing this every night of the week to get that done. And you're saying, well, what's the problem?
Well, I didn't say that. I might have thought that, but I didn't say it out loud.
We'll do the best we can.
I quite agree.
We'll do the best we can.
The wee bit's running about the bottom of the screen. It just popped in the other and it says, drink responsibly. So, yes.
That sums us up great.
It does, a drama night's drinking responsibly.
I would think so.
And I think if we were to take a dram between now and Hogmanay or New Year, that wouldn't be responsible. That would be being irresponsible.
You try and drink them all? Aye.
It would also mean we've probably had about 120 drams in 2024. Which is a lot of whiskey.
Not a bad thing, but a lot of whiskey.
And your point is, caller? Yes. So, anyway. All right, Clark, I'm going to say good night. Jump down the stairs, say hello to my wife before we head off to bed. And Gordon, thanks again, pal. Another
done well.
You've surpassed yourself. I'm going to now suggest that the rest of the ones we're going to have, looking at the colour of them in the bottles that I've got, they're all going to be first fill bourbon casks or refill bourbon casks or something, because they're all that colour. But that was a cracker.
It was.
It wouldn't have been one I would naturally went and bought, Clark. I wouldn't have, if I'd saw it, I wouldn't have went and said the Glengarry is what I'm looking for. So, anyway.
Just shows you that.
I know. Yes, there's a lot of good drams out there. So have a good night, folks. Have a great week. You know, this is us finishing off for Monday evening. Just think to yourselves, you're a day closer to the end of the week. So hanging in there, we're nearly there. You're only a day and a half to go to hump day. So just take it easy. Chill out. From us in the tasting bothy, good night.
Right.